Welcome to Parnell Park. It's overcast but warm as Whitehall, Colmcille and Craobh Chiaráin meet in the go-ahead Senior A Championship Group 1. It's a pretty simple scenario coming in for both of these teams. If they win, they're going through. A win for Whitehall puts them through. A win for Craobh puts them through. Unless, of course, Ballantyre get a win, in which case that somewhat complicates things for Na Fianna, possibly. But we expect Na Fianna to beat Ballantyre St John's in the other group game. So this is pretty much a straight shootout. A draw makes things somewhat more complicated. With me for this one is former Dublin forward David O'Callaghan. David, how are you?
Oisin, good. And yourself?
I can't complain. Let's start with the teams, and we will start with a much changed looking outfit. Craobh Chiaráin we'll get to in a second, but Whitehall, Colmcille, well, they're missing three of their biggest players. Owen O'Donnell is out injured. Cormac Costello is out injured with a knee problem. And of course Lee Gannon wasn't available from the start of this group. Those are three really big players that any team in the country, club or county, would miss.
Yeah, absolutely, Oisin. I mean, there's no doubt about it. Whitehall have been up against it. They've been up against it from the start of this championship in regards to injuries and stuff like that. But look, it's an opportunity for the rest of the lads and to show what a squad they have as well. So look, it's at the last group games. I think things start to get exciting from here on in. You know, it's the serious knockout. It's winner takes all, and you know it's just fascinating to see the warm ups here as well. I see David Galway there with Whitehall, and they're you can see the team is extremely fired up as well. And you look down here, Craobh Chiaráin and Alan McCrabb and Keith Elliott, who've been doing a lot of coaching with them this year, absolutely fired up and really revving up the lads here as well. So look, a lot at stake here as well. And yeah, come back to Whitehall, they're you know the backs are against the wall here as well, but they still have a lot of formidable players here as well, and they bounce back after that early defeat to Na Fianna, got the victory against Ballantyre as well, so they're coming into this, you know, with a bit of confidence as well. And look, a massive chance for them they won't fear Craobh Chiaráin. Craobh probably don't have that fear factor that they once had, so you know Whitehall will believe they're in with a chance here and makes for a good game.
Well, for Whitehall, you'd be looking at the likes of Mikey Noonan, Dylan Constantine and Enda O'Donnell to carry the fight to Craobh Chiaráin. For Craobh Chiaráin, they've got a mix of youth and experience. Darren Kelly, I think, very much falls into that experience category. Billy Ryan beside him is a nippy corner forward who can get scores. And of course, Stephen Chester, he was part of the last Craobh Chiaráin squad to win a go-ahead Dublin Senior Club Championship. That was back in 2006. Don't think he played that day. I think he was part of the squad. He was the backup goalkeeper. But it just goes to show how long he has been around. This is a hard one to call. Craobh Chiaráin, though, if the likes of Darren Kelly and Gary Kelly fire, along with Billy Ryan and, of course, maybe Aaron Kenny, who's originally from Youghal in County Cork, but he's after throwing his lot in with Craobh here. If they fire, they have a good chance. Yeah,
and you could see maybe Aaron Kenny and maybe Jason Higgins, I think, tend to kind of come out around the middle as well. And Conor Ryan maybe named at midfield as well. A very strong player. You know, you could see him in the half-back line as well. A real presence there for the Craobh. But yeah, as you say, the Craobh kind of they've a bit of scoring power there. Robbie Mahan at centre forward, very experienced as well. And Billy Ryan, we've seen his finish for a cracking goal the last day against Na Fianna as well. So, you know, they have that scoring potential. Darren Kelly, you know, would be noted more as a defender, maybe in a strong full-back or centre-back over the years, but, you know, has that wherewithal, has that experience, you know, and he'll win ball, and he'll give it to the lads running off him, he'll pop it to the boys who are going to score as well. So he could be quite a factor in there for Craobh as well. So Cian Derwin as well, obviously, you know, underage with Dublin as well, as long as with Billy Ryan there as well. So look, they have a lot of scoring threats there as well. So Whitehall will be certainly looking to shut that down early as well.
If it is a draw, by the way, that means that Craobh Chiaráin will go through, because a draw would put both of them on 3 points. Na Fianna would top the group even if they lost to Ballantyre. Ballantyre would then go to 2 points. Na Fianna would be on 4 points. These two would be on 3 points. But Craobh Chiaráin have a better scoring difference. And that's the situation with that. But the teams won't be thinking about that. They'll only be thinking of winning, and a win will put them through. And quite frankly, a win for either would be huge. To get through to the quarterfinals, to the knockout stages, for any of these teams would be huge, considering maybe the change in Craobh Chiaráin and the fact that they're in that spot between older players moving on and younger players coming in. And for Whitehall, Colmcille, they're in that kind of strange spot of somehow staying in the championship and being competitive right up until the last group game, despite the fact that they're missing three of their best players. Sean McCarthy, by the way, is our referee today. He's about to throw the ball in. As expected, Aaron Kenny has gone to midfield alongside Cian Derwin for Craobh Chiaráin. It's Whitehall, Colmcille in the red and white. Taking off is Cian Derwin. Cian Derwin gives his team an excellent start. What a score from him.
We talk about setting a tone for your team. Cian Derwin, there was one thing on his mind there. Took a little shoulder as well, and real focus. Great score, great start for Craobh Chiaráin.
Former Dublin under 21 Cian Derwin, he comes with some pedigree. The ball bounces past Eugene Farrell, another one of those who was around back in 06. You have to hand it to these guys who've got longevity.
Yeah, they've been noted to have a few stalwarts over the years now, and they've a strong management team as well there, with Derek Finn alongside the lads as well as David Shanley.
If all of these guys are still around, maybe, just maybe, they should have thought of putting Craobh at the edge of the square. Telling, look, you don't have to move, you just have to go for the ball every now and then. That's Mikey Noonan who takes the line ball and hits it wide. Remember, we'd love to hear from you at Dublin GAA official, at Dub GAA official is the Twitter account, and you can get us on hashtag #GoAheadDSHA. Ball is swallowed up by Niall O'Connor. Slaloms through, lets one go, that's going to drop, so there is a goal threat. Chester does really well, shows a very solid hand despite the attention of Niall Carroll. Launching it out of defence is Conor Ryan. Conor Ryan couldn't find his intended target there. It will be a line ball to Whitehall, Colmcille. Conor Ryan, an under 21 winner relatively recently with Craobh Chiaráin. Of course, he's the son of the great Murty Ryan. Dara Gray had a good season with Dublin. Gary Kelly has played with Dublin in the past. Here's Robbie Mahon. It was aimed in towards Darren Kelly, who couldn't get it, but it might break for Craobh Chiaráin. It has done. And that's a really well taken score. He didn't give up on that one, James Finn, and tapped it over when he got it.
And that's what Darren Kelly will give you at the edge of the square as well. He's going to break the ball, and the lads are straight in off and feeding off the breaks there and clipping a nice score.
He's the son of another stalwart. Derek was his dad. Remember, he travelled on that All-Star tour to Toronto. Chasing after it is Dylan Constantine. That's a good stick pass right into the hand of Dara Gray. We mentioned the players that aren't there. The players that are obviously will want to do their best for their club. Dara Gray is quite a lad to have in the middle there, isn't he?
Yeah, absolutely experienced player there, and he can add something coming forward as well. So they kind of needed to push him up from half back.
Conor Cummins was blocked down there. Robbie Mahon wins it and wins the free and gives a bit of a Milan type fist bump.
Yeah, it's just that the overall intensity from Craobh, they were fired up in the warm up, and they've brought that into the game from the off as well. So really up for it from the start.
You could feel the energy off the Craobh warm up. I walked right in among the players, and I always feel confident doing that for senior warm ups because no slitter is going to be misplaced. But it was vocal, but it was energetic. Now the free will come from Aaron Kenny, or I beg your pardon, Cian Derwin. He is against the breeze here, and it's a relatively stiff breeze. That's going to drop. I think there was a square ball inside, and it's a free out. 2 points to no score in favour of Craobh Chiaráin. What is essentially a knockout match here, the final day of Group 1. This part of a double header a little bit later on. We've got St Vincent's against Lucan. That group is kind of complicated. All sorts of everything could happen there. They left the complicated one until last. Did you bring your calculator?
I leave that to you.
And your abacus.
You're good at the maths, I heard.
I would disagree with that point that you just made. It's rare I disagree with you, Dotsy. Mikey Noonan. They're trying to work something here. Endo O'Donnell, who won a Leinster under 20 hurling title with Dublin. Endo O'Donnell lets it go. Their brother of Owen, of course. Misses.
Yeah, Whitehall, they just got to start winning that dirty ball around the middle there, and from the puck outs. Far too loose here.
Very, very loose. A late change before the match started. Keith Cooling replaced Jack Murray. Keith Cooling, a good dual player, apparently a good footballer as well. Dara Gray. That's a good skipping ball, but it just came away from Adam McDermott. He is lucky enough that his teammate Sean Foran wins it. Foran back inside to Mikey Noonan, couldn't control it. It's robbed back by Robbie Mahon. Mahon into the corner, he's aiming at Darren Kelly. Kelly running onto it from a ground pull by Finn. Kelly is claiming it's a 65.
Yeah, I think it was a 65.
There is some debate. It's not a clean-cut decision or a clear-cut decision. It is a 65.
Yeah, again, Darren, just the physicality there, causing a nuisance for the Whitehall full back line. Sean Kellett having a lot to deal with there, and I think he got the last touch on it, but certainly a 65, I thought.
Darren Kelly with 14 on his back now. He used to be a fullback. Played in an under-21 All-Ireland hurling final for Dublin and Craobh Park. That was a bad end to a good campaign for that Dublin team. Galway won it easily enough. Cian Derwin lining it up. Was part of the Dublin panel in the past. That's an excellent strike from Derwin.
Super free, yeah.
It's his second of the game. Jack Darcy stepped up when Ronan Murray got injured. Murray damaged his ankle, and while he's part of the squad now, Darcy has kept the spot. Whitehall looking for their first score and not getting it off the stick of Dara Gray.
Yeah, unlucky for Dara. Very sharp off the break there. That's what Whitehall need to get more of, and unlucky not to get the score.
3 wides now for Whitehall. I'm not sure that's who Derwin meant to give it to, but it has worked out. Darren Kelly, who's popping up everywhere. 2-on-2 inside. Keeper makes a call. Step awkward. Whitehall deal with it well. And away it goes. Falls kindly here for Enda O'Donnell. Hacks it on, but to a Craobh Chiaráin defender. Well done to Eugene Farrell, who is back there. It's blocked down again. Whitehall could be in. It's O'Donnell. Chester can't bring him down. O'Donnell bundles it home.
Super goal of Shin. Yeah, great. I think it was Niall Carroll got a brilliant little flick on the defender. He mishit it, and a lovely little pass in from Adam McDermott to Enda O'Donnell. He took on the defender and got the finish in as well. So exactly what Whitehall Colmcille needed as well to get them into the game.
Well, just like his brother, he can play in defence or attack. It wasn't the most beautiful goal in the world, but he didn't give up on it. He had to sidestep the keeper. I thought Chester might bring him down, but that would have been a very obvious penalty.
He's so dangerous there, Enda O'Donnell. Any sort of loose ball, he's looking to come onto it at speed, and if he sees space, he'll attack the goal and create that chaos there in the Craobh Chiaráin defence.
Well, he is very fast. We saw him use that burst off the mark there. Played in the backs for the Dublin under-20s, playing in the forwards for Whitehall Colmcille.
Yeah, he'd made some super runs for the Dublin, or super surges forward earlier in the under-20 campaign for the Dublin hurlers as well.
Derwin, that's going to drop. Kelly throws his hurley at that one. Doesn't make a clean enough contact. Dara Gray uses it cleverly. Good dispossession by Gary Howard, or I beg your pardon, Higgins. Neat turn though by Sean Foran. Foran has a look up. Sees that it's 3-on-3 inside. Doesn't quite fall for Whitehall. Now it does. That's a really good block. Diving across there, Superman-like, with Sean Finnegan. Chance not gone. Enda O'Donnell scoops it outside. Gary Howard. Howard puts it over. His first of the game.
Yeah, as you said, it was an outstanding block by Sean Finnegan. But Whitehall are, they're starting to get busy in the forwards. They're starting to put the Craobh Chiaráin defence under pressure, and that's again, that score is the result of that. So look, they're seeing what's paying off for them there when they get the work rate going in the forwards. They're getting the rewards.
Good strike by Gary Howard, who transferred up from Nina. Works as a nurse in Beaumont. Apparently has a great hand pass, but we saw it there. Can strike a ball well as well. Here's Niall O'Connor. He's fouled on the way out. Whitehall are beginning to settle down a bit.
They are, yeah. They're a huge lift now for the last couple of minutes, and Whitehall certainly in the game now, and you can see that by the body language as well. They're moving around, buzzing all, looking for the ball in the forwards, looking for a quick free from Dara here as well. He's gone for himself. Looks good.
Great score. What a score that was.
Super long range free from Dara Gray there, absolutely, yeah. Great score, and another huge lift for Whitehall.
His first of the game. All of a sudden, Whitehall leading by 2. They're winning all those 50-50s. That's a brilliant double, but it goes only as far as Sean Kellett, who drops it. Whitehall are beginning to kind of put in the hits and make Craobh Chiaráin drop it. Another block down there. This time it's on Aaron Kenny. Kenny gets it back, much to his credit. He's trying to get through a gauntlet. Has to go backwards to Sean Kellett or to Eugene Farrell. Owen Forbes goes long. Great take by Billy Ryan. But he'd nowhere to go. He was bottled up there brilliantly. Kevin Nangle has plenty of options. Moved on to Niall O'Connor. O'Connor is going for that. I think it's going to drift to the keeper's left and wide. No, it doesn't.
Gone over.
Oh, that's a great score.
That's a brilliant score. And again coming from Billy Ryan, had caught a super catch in the inside line. Kevin Nangle managed to bottom up a brilliant cornerback. Kevin Nangle, a real warrior for Whitehall as well. So look, it all stemmed from that.
Niall O'Connor, the joint captain, showing great leadership there. Driving on here is Owen Forbes. It is opening up for him as the sun comes out. Forbes, will he take it on himself? That's a free in. Constantine getting across. I'm sure he'll gladly take the yellow card, because if Forbes had got past him, he was in on goal.
Yeah, he seemed to have goal on his mind. He could have took the score, but was willing to take the tackle and try to break the tackle to go in for the goal. So Dylan Constantine wasn't going to let him walk in there.
And just to be clear, just in case you haven't watched much club hurling yet this season, the rule whereby you get a penalty for being taken down for what might have been a goal chance doesn't exist in club championship. That's only in inter-county. Billy Ryan taps it over. And Craobh Chiaráin stopped the rot of it. Conor Cummins charging out as Sean Kellett drops the ball. He is fouled though.
Yeah, just maybe a little over-eager from the Craobh Chiaráin forwards as well. Sean was under pressure there, so maybe it wasn't the best option to concede the free.
A free which will be taken by Dara Gray. The breeze at his back as he looks down towards that golf course end. That's going to drop. Trying to get under it is McDermott. Also there fighting for it is Gary Howard. But it's going to be won by Mark Hayes. Hayes shows coolness under pressure there. Eugene Farrell drops it. Has a bit of work to do to retrieve it. Howard is on top of him. He slips. Will that let Whitehall back in? Craobh Chiaráin battling for it in their corner of the ground. And it's a free out. Mark Hayes got a little bit lucky there because he kind of blindly threw it out. Cian Derwin. Billy Ryan was the aim, but we'll have to come back. The referee is a long way from play. Whatever happened off the ball, so I didn't see it.
Yeah, again, Oisín, it's always great to see, your forwards, especially for the Whitehall defence, looking up the pitch to see the work rate and intensity and really pushing the Craobh Chiaráin defenders and making them make mistakes as well. So, that's a huge lift for Whitehall.
Chester. That's an exquisite take, a really great take by Conor Ryan. Doesn't shoot. Here's Higgins. Gets bottled up, loses it. Brilliant battling again from Whitehall. Scooped out by Cummins. Bounced along by Eddie Moran. Looked like it was potentially overplayed, but that is brilliant. A run that just did not stop there from Niall O'Connor. He had the advantage. I think he's lucky he did, because he looked like he was out of ideas.
He was enjoying a bit of juggling there, I think. Yeah, it was great composure there by Niall O'Connor. So, look, he's very mobile around the middle there as well. So he's getting on ball, he's composed, he's looking to he's not hitting it away for the sake of it. He's trying to look and give the right ball in as well. So that's maybe why he's hanging on to the ball a bit there. But good chance for Mikey Noonan here.
Mikey Noonan, the trainee teacher, apparently a very good leader within the squad. Noonan. It's wide. A fourth wide for Whitehall. Missing Costello, missing O'Donnell, missing Gannon. Mark Hayes. He's seen a bit of ball in the last couple of minutes. Trying to scoop it up there is Cooling. Kicked along the ground. Aaron Kenny, keep it ahead of you is the shout. That's a brilliant dispossession by Eddie Moran. One of the real kind of building blocks of this team, but then they misdirect the attempted clearance, and Cian Derwin looks for a third score. Good catch by the goalkeeper Jack Darcy, a young lad who's having a fine debut senior season. Mikey Noonan, Sean Foran, that's a little bit blind. It's intercepted by Owen Forbes. He loves to go off running, Owen Forbes. This time he does a mix of running and passing. Robbie Mahon was blocked down there. Whitehall, Colmcille bottling Craobh Chiaráin up any chance they get. That's a launcher, and it's off the stick of Niall O'Connor, who's looking for a second point. And both have been belters.
That is a screamer, yeah, absolutely. Picked it up. The minute he launched it, you nearly sensed it was he just caught it so well, and he looked so composed. Absolutely brilliant score again. And again, Sean Foran is doing some savage battling out there for Whitehall. Physical player, Dublin under 21 footballer last year as well. So huge physicality, and you know they're starting to come out a lot of the physical battles, Oisín.
They really are. Kicked forward there by Robbie Mahon. Robbie Mahon tries to win it. Cian Derwin was also there. In the end, none of them take it. Endo O'Donnell chasing in after it is Gary Howard, but it goes wide.
Yeah, it was an ambitious one, but it was just wide. He didn't miss it by far. Good effort by Enda.
5 wides for Whitehall, Colmcille, and we have got to the water break. We'll have a look at some of the highlights so far, and there have been some belters of scores. But Totsy, what are you making of it?
Yeah, I suppose Craobh kind of settled into it, got a couple of early scores as well, and we were wondering, well, you know, Whitehall were looking very flat, and I suppose the goal really sparked them into life there as well. You know, Enda O'Donnell showing huge drive to get forward and you know, take the opportunity when it came to him. So, look, been very impressed by Whitehall, as we said, up against it, missing the few lads as well. And you know, they're really showing fight here. We see the goal here, lovely little pass inside to Enda, got the touch into hand. Willing to take the tackle, stayed on his feet, you know, managed to get the bat into the net as well. So look, just been really impressed by Whitehall, how they've come back into the game, and we can see here some of the scores they got as well, some really top drawer scores. So yeah, they'll be happy at the break.
I think they will. They didn't start particularly well. Craobh Chiaráin thundered into it. Whitehall settled in. They got that great goal through Endo O'Donnell, a real O'Donnell goal, if I can call it that.
Yeah, absolutely. Head down.
His brother kind of got one similar last year as well.
Yeah, a screamer. Yeah, so they're kind of, the both of them, they're very direct players, and you know, really willing to, you know, drive. Great at driving the team forward as well. So yeah, look, as very impressed. So look, Craobh will have a chance to reset here and have a chat as well. So look, they're not going to be going away anytime soon. So look, it makes for a great second quarter, Oisín, yeah.
Well, Whitehall went in a bit of a score burst there from about 8 minutes onwards, where they got 3 points in a row. Then the goal was the big deal for them. That came from O'Donnell after 7 minutes. And we get underway. This was one of those games I didn't want the water break. Hopefully it won't break the momentum. It does change games. Getting collided with there was Robbie Mahon. He's still down. He has hurt his lower back. Let's hope he's okay. It's not a head injury, so he will continue. Coming forward is Sean Foran. Foran from a very tight angle, and that's another absolute blaster.
Yeah, again showing his physicality there to ride the tackle of the Craobh Chiaráin defender out right on the sideline off the left. What a score! What a start again. You know,
a really fine score from Sean Foran. One of those players who mightn't be in the team only for the injuries. Now, he has played under 20 football for Dublin, so he has that kind of strength and physicality.
Yeah, absolutely. He's shown it here. He's coming out with a lot of dirty ball here as well, and you know, he's winning a lot of ball around the middle.
He planted himself in the middle, and he knows all about plants. He's a horticulturalist. Forbes looking down the line for Derwin. Sweeping it up is Constantine, but he couldn't get it clear. I don't think either of these teams will be thinking this way, but it's bonus territory after this for whoever can get through this game.
Yeah, look, you know, at this stage, like, teams have put a lot of work in here as well. You know, it's all about getting out of that group and making a quarter final, and then, you know, you never know what's going to happen then. Billy
Ryan keeps this one alive. We know he's got a trick or two. Billy Ryan puts it across, looking for Kelly, couldn't find him. And it's clear as day that Cooling was being held off the ball there, but the referee gave nothing. Sean Foran. 2-on-2 inside. It's now 3-on-2 in favour of Craig. Trying to get it back for Whitehall was Adam McDermott. It just wouldn't quite fall his way. Craobh had an extra man back there and it really worked out for them. Owen Forbes, he's only a young lad, about 19 or 20, delivering a ball down to the other end of the field and the other end of the age spectrum. Kelly, don't think he's caught that one right. It almost worked out for Cooling because he put the keeper under massive pressure. Darcy does very well. Dara Gray. That's some burst of pace from Josh Thorpe. But it'll trickle all the way back to Kenny, who shows a heavy touch. It's a ruck when it didn't need to be. Craobh Chiaráin should have had that ball down the park. That's well taken by Gary Kelly, who moves it on. Robbie Mahan has a little look up, might go backwards. Referee is saying that there was a high tackle. He played advantage. It's a free in to Craobh Chiaráin. It was a hurley around the neck is what he's giving it for.
Yeah, he let it play for a good bit there. Robbie Mahan had passed it back and Craobh still had a chance to get the ball up to the forward line, but he deemed it best to give them the free, call it back and give them the free. Stephen Chester's coming up, so he might fancy a pop at this. Great striker of a ball.
Good coach as well. Has worked with some Dublin development squads. Apparently he wasn't a goalkeeper, but one day at under 10s he stood in because they were stuck and he stayed there ever since.
He was mad enough.
Yeah. Chester. This one is going to drop. It's Kelly. He didn't strike it cleanly, unfortunately, and it is wide rather than a 65. Well, the referee, what's he indicating? Oh, he's saying 65. That's not a bad end result for Craobh Chiaráin.
No, again, look, that's why he's up there, to win that, and he's caught a few balls like that, and maybe he hasn't had the end product, but if he keeps, winning that primary possession, he'll create scores and he'll get scores himself as well. So, yeah, he's causing a nuisance in there.
Here's Cian Dermot. One scored 117 for the Dublin under-21s in a game against Offaly. And you can see why he put up that kind of score in tough conditions, because there's a bit of a swirl in the breeze.
Yeah, you could see it there. You could see it there, and he caught it sweetly.
And the breeze is against him as well. Yeah. That's a really excellent delivery. Mikey O'Connor. Again, that's going to drop. Almost dropped for McDermott, but it's swept away from him. Mahan, he's recovered from his injury. That's good to see. Good pass inside, under pressure. James Finn. Was that a foul? Referee says no. Cooling tries to make it his. It's kicked away by Josh Thorpe into the path of Niall O'Connor. He's already got two. Does he fancy another shot here? Trying to escape is Dara Gray. He wins the free in. Great battling from Whitehall, Colmcille. They won that free. I'm not suggesting that there was a dive or it wasn't a free, but they had to keep battling for it.
They did, and just maintaining possession as well. Even if you don't seem to be going anywhere, if you're just holding on to the ball and you're drawing in defenders as well, and you're maybe drawing in that foul as well. So good play by Whitehall, good composed play out around the middle from Niall and Dara in the middle.
Well, Craobh have made a change. Stephen Kelly has come in. I'm just trying to see who went off. I'm not sure you spotted it. It looks like an injury as well. And that's another point. Good free. Trying to make his way out of defence is Mark Hayes. Does very well. Looks very composed, Mark Hayes. Great take in the middle, James Finn. Launched by Owen Forbes. He's nailed it. What a score that is from Owen Forbes.
That's a super strike. Yeah, he caught that absolutely perfectly. A short puck out to Mark Hayes, who drove out. Craobh Chiaráin worked it up to the shooter. Great long range point.
Fantastic stuff. Can Whitehall open them up? That's a little bit blind there from Dara Gray. Mahan has a look up. Always looks like he's got time on the ball. Niall O'Connor. They look outside and find a runner. That's an excellent skipping ball inside. Can he make it stick, Niall Carroll? McDermott is probing in the middle. Carroll goes himself and hits it wide.
It was a lovely ball into Niall Carroll there. Yeah, he'd be disappointed. Got the possession, made the room for himself, and just to the left and wide.
That's a brilliant dispossession. Falls the way of Enda O'Donnell. He'll fancy it. And that's why Enda O'Donnell, good score.
Yeah, but short puck out not working that time, O'Shane, you know. So Whitehall again, Niall Carroll closing it down. And Enda O'Donnell, the ideal man you want to see picking up the ball, running at the Craobh Chiaráin defence in space. Great score.
Sean Finnegan. Kelly. Good turn by Kelly. Great hand pass. Here's Billy Ryan. He can get goals.
He's got it. Great finish. Yeah, absolutely. Darren Kelly again. Had the vision to pop the hand pass in. Got Billy Ryan clear, and he absolutely rifled it to the net. Jack Darcy might be a little bit disappointed, but fair play to Billy Ryan. Took the goal.
Really good finish. 4.5 minutes plus injury time to go to half time. Here's Adam McDermott looking for his first. He'll have to wait. A 7th wide for Whitehall Colmcille.
Huge fill up there for Craobh Chiaráin as well. Leaves a point in it as well, so has them right back in it.
What a goal for Billy Ryan. Another one of the Dublin under 20 crew. Forbes looking down the line for Cooling. Great touch by Cooling. Thorpe tries to rob it back. He can't get it cleanly. Pulled inside to Kelly. Will he take it on himself? Has to go off the stick. Does very well. Outside it goes. Cooling has a look up. Kelly is waiting. Doesn't come to him. It's Billy Ryan. What a period of the game Billy Ryan is having.
Oh shit, that's great play by the Craobh. In fairness, the ball across by Cooling, the vision to spot the two Craobh lads loose. Billy Ryan managed to catch it, spin around and get the score as well. But Darren Kelly initially had the ball, and the composure he showed just to hold it up and you know, not panic and give it to a Craobh lad as well. So great composure.
All square. Sean Foran with the crossfielder. Mikey Noonan tries to get there and doesn't. He's beaten to it very well by Gary Kelly. Craobh Chiaráin very much on top at the moment. Conor Ryan. This will be some score to put his team in front. It's going to drop. Batted away by Darcy. Almost fell to Ryan. Kelly's into battle for it. Kelly's still battling for it. Ryan is free. He's looking for a second goal, and he gets a second goal.
Brilliant, O'Shane. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant finish there from Billy Ryan. Darren Kelly again causing an absolute Colin mayhem in there. Lovely little pop to Billy Ryan, who didn't take a touch or didn't catch it, just flicked it straight into the net. Great little reaction finish there as well by Billy. The lads are linking up well in the full forward line. The physicality of Darren and Billy Ryan then buzzing around as well. So great period of the game for Craobh Chiaráin.
This is a genuine injury to Billy Ryan because he wouldn't slow it down from a Craobh point of view. You'd want to keep at it now. They're very much on top. Jack Darcy, the goalkeeper, has to just put that behind him. Batted it when maybe he should have caught it. I know it's easy to say from up here.
Yeah, and it's getting kind of caught in the wind a little bit there, hanging, dropping in as well. So he maybe just deemed it best to bat it out.
Well, but the thing is the odds were in his favour because there was 3 or 4 defenders around and just 2 forwards. But those 2 forwards were Billy Ryan and Darren Kelly.
Absolutely.
Can Whitehall respond? Niall O'Connor looking for a third point. Does that have the legs? Yes, it does. Niall O'Connor steps up again. That's why he's the joint captain.
Yeah, great response as well by Niall, bursting away into the space, and lovely score off the left.
Don't forget later on at 4 o'clock it's Lucan against St Vincent's. That group is quite complicated. We'll also try and bring you a score from the other game in the group, by the way. Nafina are through, that is absolutely certain. And just to clarify as well, if you're wondering about relegation and all that, it's not straightforward this year. They're kind of culminating the results of 5 years, basically.
Yeah, I think it'll be good for the overall, Oisín. I think it'll be, we'll have more competitive kind of Senior 1, Senior 2, Senior 3. It'll be more competitive championships as well, so I think it's a good move overall. Well, that
multifaceted kind of tier system seems to work well in Cork. I watch a lot of hurling in Cork, and they've got Premier Intermediate, Senior A, Premier Senior, Senior A, Premier Intermediate, Lower Intermediate, you know yourself.
Yeah, no, I'm involved with Olives in the Intermediate Championship as well, and it's great. It's so competitive. Anyone can beat anyone as well. So,
well, it's always a great sign of a championship. It's a free in for Craobh Chiaráin, who started well, then Whitehall dominated, but the last couple of minutes has belonged to Craobh. Cian Derwin, who's scored 2 from place balls already today. He's striking against the breeze, which has a swirl. And that's wide. Great catch by Eddie Moran. Craobh have a man waiting back there. That is a really good interception by Stephen Kelly. He's got a bit of time and a bit of space, runs onto it well. Gets around Foran, gets the ball away. Winding up is Robbie Mahon.
It's going to hang.
Yeah, just goes wide.
Stephen Kelly's been doing very well there, buzzing around, getting on a lot of ball and looking to give the right option and set Craobh on attacks.
He's lively, isn't he?
He is very, yeah.
Who's going to win this battle? The ruck's so important. Referee's going to give a clash ball here, I think. Or is he blowing for half time? No, he's blowing for half time. So, an exciting first half. Craobh started well. Whitehall got on top, but Craobh, in the last few minutes, scored a couple of goals, and that has them well placed at half time. 2-7 to 1-8. Let's have a look at some of the highlights of the first half, and there has been some great scores and good goals.
Yeah, absolutely, Oisín. Craobh will be delighted getting the goals and getting back into the game as well. So, I suppose here we see, Craobh just working the ball. That was a brilliant score by Forbes. They had worked the sharp puck out. Lovely long range score into the wind. Here we see Enda O'Donnell as well, reacting well, coming onto the ball. That was a sharp puck out that had gone wrong, maybe for Craobh as well. So, Darren Kelly, great vision into Billy Ryan as well, and just steadied up and rifled it to the net. Maybe we're a bit harsh on Jack, saying he had a chance to save it.
Yeah, that should have been cleaned up by the defender, shouldn't it?
It should have, yeah. But it was a great vision by Darren. Again, Craobh starting to get comfortable using the ball, option taken as well. Again, Darren Kelly in around, making a nuisance of himself. Lovely vision into Billy Ryan. What a finish. Yeah, falling over in it, just a little flick of the wrist into the net.
So there we go. The first half highlights 2 goals from Billy Ryan from the Craobh Chiaráin point of view. Enda O'Donnell has got 1-1 for Whitehall. Colmcille. Niall O'Connor has chipped in with 3 fine points from play. It would be a brave person to call this one, but I was about to say there has to be a winner and there has to be a loser. There doesn't. It can be a draw because it's a group format. And if it is a draw, by the way, it will suit Craobh Chiaráin because they have the better scoring difference than Whitehall Colmcille. 2-7 Craobh Chiaráin, 1-8 Whitehall. We'll be back with the second half in a few minutes. You'll continue to see pictures. You mightn't hear sound, but we will be back for the second half. Remember, if you want to say hello, you can do so via Twitter at DubGAA Official, and don't forget the hashtag GoAheadDSHA Andrew French is watching from Hertfordshire in England. He says he's cheering for Chiaráin's as Jack Murray is his nephew. Is he injured, he asks Andy and Amanda French. Your team are going well at the moment. Will they keep going well? Will they do what they need to do? We'll find out over the next 40 minutes or so. We'll be back for second half commentary. Stay with us. Well, we're about to get underway in the second half. Craobh Chiaráin 2-7, Whitehall Colmcille 1-8. Dossie, before we talk about the match again, like hurling and clubs, and like we always apply this to GA, but of course it's the same with soccer and rugby clubs. They're the heart of their communities, and it's all about relationship building, and the sport is nearly a side issue.
Absolutely.
There's some guys from Whitehall who are doing a really great thing, and they're doing something kind of that has nothing to do with their own gratification. They're doing it completely selflessly.
Yeah,
Tell us about
phenomenal. So Cormac Ryan, Niall O'Donnell and Stephen Ryan, they're cycling from Achill. So I don't know if anyone's heard it. They're cycling from Achill to to Athens for charity as well. So phenomenal. They're in Budapest at the moment, I think. So just hats off to them, and they're after raising a lot of money for Bodywise and Pieta House as well. So if anyone comes across them as well and wants to donate, they're phenomenal journey and adventure for them lads as well.
Yeah, and you can find out more about that through the Whitehall Colmcille social media channels. Ball is thrown out there to Ciaráin Murphy, who has been introduced from the bench for Whitehall in this second half. Is his first impact to score? It's not, but it's not bad. Turning and twisting and shooting was Gary Harrow, but he couldn't get his shot away.
Yeah, and he swinging. He was aggressive winning the ball and swung and caught the Craobh defender. I think he caught him in the head, so it was unlucky. He was going for the ball and going for the shot, but I don't know who's down, but he took a bad slap to the head as well there.
Murphy, of course, plays football with Skerry's Harps, but involved with Whitehall Colmcille because there's no hurling in that club. Scored 2 points against Ballantyre. Another one who's played underage for Dublin, but football rather than hurling.
They have a large amount of dual players with Shane Whitehall as well, so you can see their fitness levels anyway. I think it can stand to lads as well playing the football as well, so I think the fitness levels won't be an issue going into the second half anyway.
It has no relevance to this game, but just in case you're interested, Nafina are leading 1-12 to 6 points in the group's other match today. That's against Ballantyre St John's. Ballantyre St John's hoping to avoid 3 defeats in the group today, but it doesn't look likely. Nafina, with Liam Rush in tow this year, look very, very good. People are talking them up as potentially one of the favourites.
Yeah, look, it'll be interesting moving forward. There's a lot of teams kind of putting their hand up as well, and will think they're in with a shout. So hopefully, I don't know who is it Sean, or it's not Sean Finnegan now, but
well, they're indicating that a change may need to be made here. It's not ideal at the start of the second half.
No, he certainly got a bad smack. Oisin, in fairness to him, he was putting his body on the line trying to get a block in as well, and was just unlucky and took a hurl right to the head. Obviously had the helmet on as well, but a bad smack. So he's not down for no reason.
That's true. The Frenches were on to us from the UK. That's where they're watching from. They're wondering about Jack Murray, who plays for Craobh Ciaráin. They're asking, is he injured? I don't think he is. I think it was just a tactical change. He was named in the starting 15, but Keith Cooling was named in place of him.
Yeah, so I think it's Mark Hayes I think he's gonna step out for the moment anyway.
Well, let's hope he's okay. The last thing we want to see is someone hurt, particularly a young lad. He's just out of minor, Mark Hayes. He's a very promising young hurler, and everything we've seen today would back up that statement.
He's been having a very good game as well, very sticky cornerback and aggressive cornerback as well, so hopefully he'll be okay.
Is hurling the only sport where sticky is a compliment?
If you're a corner forward, no.
No, I've never heard anyone being described as a sticky corner forward. Who's going to win this battle? It is a free into Craobh Ciaráin. They've kind of started the second half the way they finished the first.
Free to Whitehall. Yeah, it's good pressure by I think it was on Forbes. Yeah, Forbes was deemed to have overheld the ball, so Dara Gray stepping up.
It's gone the other way, you're right.
Dara Gray taking over from Mikey Noonan on the freeze.
Good score from Dara Gray. His third free of the game. Looks like Finnegan has come in for Craobh Ciaráin, replacing Mark Hayes at cornerback. That's bravely won and brilliantly won by James Finn. And it's matched by a good finish. His second of the game.
Razor sharp onto the break there. It finds a space and gets the score.
Sometimes an injury stoppage like that kind of breaks the momentum. We hadn't really started the second half when that occurred. And O'Donnell comes out to meet it, doesn't take it cleanly. Craobh Chiaráin sweep it up again. Mahon runs onto it. I thought he might shoot, but he was closed down, so he gives it to Conor Ryan. Conor Ryan hangs it up in the air and puts it over.
Yeah,
that's a really fine score.
Great run. Robbie Mahon is starting deep all the time, coming onto the ball there, picking up a lot of ball, and rather than get blocked down, popped it out to Conor Ryan, who nailed a great score.
O'Donnell is the target again. He takes that one brilliantly. Has a runner in front of him with a bit of space. Puts it inside, trying to gather it was Kieran Murphy. He's dispossessed by Sean Finnegan. Ryan inside. Mahon. He eyed up the posts and decided not to shoot. Good defending by Thorpe. Away it goes from Constantine. Great. Running onto it here is Niall Carroll. Tries to turn his man. Carroll trying to get away from Farrell. Carroll showing a good turn of pace here. That's a risky enough one, and Gary Howard didn't take it cleanly, and Craobh Chiaráin once again were able to turn it over, get it away, and then they win the free because James Finn was bundled over.
Yeah, I think it was more accidental than anything else, just coming together, but he still took him down, so free in, good call by the ref.
Just hearing some of the Craobh lads saying to Robbie Mahon, great work. He's really putting in a shift out there. That's a fine score.
Yeah, so Craobh 4 points up now as well. Whitehall, they'll want to kind of eat, not allow them to build a lead there. They'll need to chip away here, get a few scores and get back into the game.
Swept up brilliantly by Endo O'Donnell. Dispossessed, tries to win it back and doesn't. Really fine tackling here. Here's Mahon. Launched by Gary Kelly. Keeper has to be careful and is. Deals with that one really well. Rolls it out to Eddie Moran. Moran trying to get away from Cian Derwin. If that goes over, it's some score. It does. That is exquisite.
It's a mighty score, and he made that himself. He's the pressure he put on there, and Eddie Moran won the ball back, and Craobh have noticeably really upped the ante here the last couple of minutes.
Derwin with the great score there. James Finn got a good one a couple of minutes ago. I might have said that was Conor Ryan, confusing the two men named in midfield, but Ryan and Finn have done brilliantly today. They both contributed to the scoreboard. Here's Gary Kelly. Robbie Mahon can't make it stick. Charging forward is Constantine. That's a good pass. McDermott. He's fouled. Well, it looked like to me he was being held back. Constantine is up in support. It squirts out, but it's intercepted. Just Thorpe has a job of work to do here. Cooling puts the pressure on. Good ball to Dara Gray. It was a good pass from Gray. Niall O'Connor. Endo O'Donnell, or I beg your pardon, it is Endo O'Donnell who hits it wide.
Yeah, a bit unlucky, but great play by Josh Thorpe, tidying up that and just working the ball up the pitch, so that they'll have to do more of that. Use their heads, get the head up, build it up the pitch, and try to hurt Craobh.
I think I see over in the far stand Matty Kenny, by the way, watching today. He was here yesterday because I was actually talking to him. I'm sure he's having a look at some performers that are already in his thoughts and some performers who are trying to play their way into his thoughts. That's a good interception. It's Robbie Mahon. That's a monster score from Robbie Mahon.
Oisin, he's sitting back. Robbie, he's sitting back around just in front of the half back line, and he's just standing there, and he's loose, and he's picking up loads of ball there. So Whitehall will have to seriously look at that as well.
You can't beat experience. There's a gap after opening up now. It's 18 points to 12 when you make the conversion. Whitehall need to get going again. As it stands, Chiaráin will join Nafina in the next round, and it will be it'll be decided throughout the afternoon, but it will be St Jude's, St Vincent's or Lucan. There'll be 2 of that 3 in the next round, and the top 2 in that group will meet the top 2 in this group. So first in one group plays second in another, and vice versa. Dara Gray, his team needs something. They might get a free closer in here. Ciarán Murphy has gone to ground. Protesting his innocence is Jason Higgins. It's a red card. Higgins is off, and Craobh Ciaráin are down to 14. Jason Higgins, a very experienced player, won an Ulster Intermediate title with Naomh in Belfast. Well, his day is done here.
Yeah, a strange one. Oisin, we're just looking at, Whitehall had a free out the field, so, something obviously happened inside. Didn't see it, but obviously the referee picked up on something there. And, a massive loss to Craobh Ciaráin, down to 14.
Well, he was having a relatively quiet day, but he was having a quiet day in a scoring sense, but he was working very hard. He was making things happen for the other 2 players in the forward line. Oh, he goes for it and gets a 65. Gary Howard.
Yeah, well,
this early in the game, that was a big call, a brave call to go for it.
Yeah, and it was obviously, by the way he lined up, he was going to take it on. So, look, they've got to 65 out of it, so a chance to get a score here. Look, get it down to 5 points, which is, as we know, is very little in hurling as well. So, obviously, loads of time left in this game, and Whitehall, if they can, make do and use that extra man to their benefit, they, have an opportunity to come back into this game in a strong way.
Already in the quarterfinals, we know that Coola will play Ballyboden and Kilmacud Crokes will take on Plunkett's. You can watch the games involving those teams from yesterday on Dubs TV. Dara Gray lining this one up. Just about.
Yeah, it's a good score for Whitehall. As we said, they've down to 5 points now, and bringing on 2 subs here, Oisin, as well.
It hasn't been what you'd call a high quality second half, but Craobh Ciaráin don't care so long as they can hold out. But it's going to be tough. They're missing Jason Higgins, who's been sent off. So going off for Whitehall is Conor Cummins and Adam McDermott. In is Sean Giles, and also in is Luke McCarthy. From a tight angle, Owen Forbes. It's going to drop, or is it going to go over? It's going to drop, but over the bar.
It's a monster
Great
score.
Absolute
monster score, and he showed in the first half. He's got one of them too. So 2 absolutely fantastic scores by Owen Forbes. Yeah, what a score, and great boost for Craobh.
The defender comes out to me, just deals with it well. Craobh have to use the ball smartly here. Over the bar was the shout there at, I think it was Conor Ryan who received it, but that's a great pass. Jack Murray, who's come off the bench. That's a really good ball. Not quite struck right by Cian Derwin. He was under pressure. We'll give credit to Whitehall there, and they win the free out.
Yeah, the Whitehall defence got back to get the hook on Cian Derwin. It was a great ball by Jack Murray, great vision to spot Cian inside, but great pressure by Whitehall.
Eddie Moore in to take the free. Poking it on there brilliantly was Niall O'Connor. Is there a foul off the ball? We'll play on for the moment. Niall Carroll has it. Carroll into the love of Sean Foran. Sean Foran looking for his second point and getting his second point.
Super score, great little pop pass out by Niall Carroll, and Sean Foran off the left as well into the wind. Great score.
That's a very good ball. Stephen Kelly driving it. And Stephen Kelly putting it over.
Brilliant, yeah. Stephen Chester, we spoke about him going quick, going short. Great ball across to Stephen Kelly, and what a score. Nails it from the sideline.
Luke McCarthy. Luke McCarthy driving on, going outside to his fellow sub. That's Ciaráin Murphy. That's going to drop. It could be dangerous. Chester has to deal with it. Has a swipe at it there. Has to be careful. That's brilliant from Chester. Billy Ryan dropping deep. Kelly is the target. Just bounces away from Kelly. He's going to put the pressure on Sean Kellett. Kellett might have been better off passing it there. He is foul in the end. It will be a free out. But he turned back into two tacklers when maybe he could have just gone with a hand pass to Darcy
he probably
to clear it.
Turned into the wrong man as well. But yeah, he done well to hold on to the ball, and the second Craobh Ciaráin lad, the second forward coming in then as well, he managed to win the free.
And O'Donnell tried to keep it alive, but Cian Derwin has robbed it back. It is a free though to Whitehall. Craobh Ciaráin not impressed.
He's moving it up as well.
Yep. So there's one thing referees don't like, it's back chat.
I suppose it's all about Whitehall. There's still that 6 point cushion for Craobh, so can they eat into it, can they chip into it, get 2 or 3 points on the bounce and get a bit of momentum going.
Scoreboard wise, it's advantage to Craobh Ciaráin, but players on the pitch wise, it's advantage to Whitehall. Colmcille. Jason Higgins sent off. Dara Gray trying to chip away at that lead and doesn't. And we're at the water break in the second half. Craobh Ciaráin 2-14, that's 20 points. Whitehall Colmcille 1-11, that's 14 points. Oof, this one could go right down to the wire.
Yeah, just Craobh, I suppose, just showing their a bit of experience as well, and managing to get the scores to kind of give them that 6 point cushion now going into it. So managed to get onto some breaking balls and starting to use the ball out the pitch as well. So Robbie Mahon here on the ball, great vision out to Conor Ryan. They started to really pick the man in the best position and get the shots off as well. Cian Derwin nailing a great free as well. Another long range score as well. So look, some great an exhibition of point scoring from Craobh Ciaráin as well. Out the pitch as well. Robbie Mahon there had been dropping back, sitting back, got on a load of ball as well. So this is the Whitehall chance for a goal as well. The free, so back to 65. So look, Whitehall are going to have to. They're just going to have to claw it back. Oisin, they're going to, it's a 6 point lead, and is it in them to kind of get on a run and get 2 or 3 scores together and really put them under pressure?
Well, since half time, Craobh Ciaráin have scored 7 points and Whitehall have only scored 3. So the evidence of what we've seen so far would suggest they can't, but they are up against 14. What do you do if you're Whitehall here? How do you exploit the extra space, the numerical advantage?
Well, looking up the pitch there, the last couple of minutes, Oisin, Sean Finnegan was kind of, finding himself loose and sitting back, and that's obviously not what Whitehall want for Craobh Ciaráin to be in a position of having a sweeper back there as well. So they're going to have to just, they're going to have to push up on the men, and maybe, just start to get wherever they have their free man, if they can get the right man to get on as much ball as possible, and to start really running at them and getting the likes of Enda O'Donnell and getting these lads on the ball and being willing to maybe run at them and draw men and get the overlap and just run Craobh. Whitehall they're fit, they're strong, so can they just test the Craobh? Can they really run at them and test their fitness, maybe run at them, draw tackles and just give it everything for 15 minutes and get that intensity level up as well to really challenge them. But they're going to have to work scores they're going to have to get 2 or 3 points in the bounce and just really get at them or a goal maybe as well.
They have hit 9 wides as well, Whitehall Colmcille. So their accuracy needs to improve a little bit. So here we go. It's the final quarter of the Go Ahead Dublin Senior Hurling Championship 2021 for one of these teams. But which one? Billy Ryan. He's trying to ensure that it's not Craobh Ciaráin, and he's doing a pretty good job of ensuring that as well. He's now on 2-3.
What a start. Great score by Billy Ryan.
Derwin trying to rob the ball back. Darren Kelly is there as well. Derwin keeps going. Looked to me like he was fouled. The referee agrees. It's a free. Again, I'll repeat the rule where they can give a penalty because it looked like a goal chance. Doesn't exist at club yet. but it's going to be a tap over point.
Yeah.
That was brilliant from Durbin.
Yeah, it was brilliant. Yeah, absolutely. He was just staying on his feet. He was very strong. Looked really strong, and kept the ball ticking along, moving forward in his path. And then the Whitehall defender had to come in and just effectively stop him on his tracks. But a chance for Craobh Chiaráin to get another easy point here and just build on that lead.
Over it goes from Billy Ryan. His second free of the game. 2-16 Craobh Chiaráin, 1-11 Whitehall. They're not playing like a team who are down to 14. Sean Kellett tries to ride the tackle. Durbin is there again. Kelly is there in support. Durbin might be able to take it on himself. Durbin will go for goal. Brilliant save from Darcy. Kelly doesn't strike it right. It rolls wide.
Yeah, great save by Jack Darcy as well, and Darren Kelly unlucky with the he won't be happy with himself there on the rebound as well. But again, Derwin showing all his athleticism as well and power, just to looks really dangerous in around there as well. So he's gone in full forward and he looks like a threat anytime the ball has gone into him.
Scoreline coming in from the other game in the group at the water break. It's Nafina 116. Ballantyre St John's 8 points. Nafina have a very strong team playing there today. Coming out of defence, Gary Kelly. That's going to drift to the keeper's right and wide.
Yeah, I think it was Owen Forbes again who's had some long range screamers, so he was well entitled to have a go.
Eddie Moran. Trying to get there is Niall O'Connor. Coming out to try and meet it is Gary Howard. Lost by Niall O'Connor. Whitehall win it back, but they're boxed into the corner. Really good ball to Gray, who's fouled. Walk away is the shout at the Craobh Chiaráin players. That's coming from their own mentor underneath us here, because there was once or twice they gave a bit of mouth to the referee and he moved the ball on. Whitehall making another change. Coming in is Paddy Spellacy. Going off on that far side, I think, is Niall Carroll.
Yeah, it looks like his first strike of the ball is a free to get an important score for Whitehall.
Very experienced player. Has suffered a bit with injury, which has hampered him, but he is a very good free taker. He's good in the air as well, so maybe they might start delivering more direct ball as the rain begins to trickle down on Parnell Park. Don't worry, we're indoors. Well, open air but indoors, you know what I mean. We're well don't worry people, Dotsie won't get wet, he's okay. Spellacy doesn't catch that one right. Always tough to come off the bench and take a free. Ten minutes to go. Great interception. Brilliant catch by Eddie Moran. Takes it on himself and hits it wide. It's an 11th wide.
Yeah, it was a great take by Eddie there, driving forward as well, so they could have really done with that score. But look, it's tricky shooting into that goal, shooting into the wind as well, so they're finding it hard. Maybe they have to try and work it in closer to goal, and probably looking at needing a goal at this stage. Ushin.
22 points, plays 14. Craobh Chiaráin in front, but down to 14 men. Jack Murray can't win it cleanly. Robbie Mahon can. Mahon shakes off his man, delivers it back to Murray. Murray. What a score that is from Jack Murray.
Yeah, Craobh Chiaráin are moving. Robbie Mahon doing a lot of work as well. Pops it out to Murray, and a great score. Billy Ryan here again.
Fantastic score. Billy Ryan, he fancies it. That's going to drop. Kelly's under it. Couldn't quite get there. Breaking to try and get there for Craobh is James Finn. Comes to Kelly. Oh, it doesn't take it cleanly. Potentially costing his team a goal, but the chance is still there, and it's buried by James Finn.
Yeah, superb finish by James Finn. Darren Kelly again. He probably had the chance to score himself. Whitehall defence should have really cleared it. Darren done well to get it back, popped it into Finn, and what a ruthless finish.
An absolutely brilliant finish
Yeah, Craobh Chiaráin really driving it on Oisin here, and it's quite impressive. Really using each other, using the ball well. As we said, we spoke about maybe the likes of Alan McCrabb and Keith Elliott with Derek Finn and David Chanley. I know Alan and Keith are doing a lot of the coaching as well, and there's no better man than Alan McCrabb to get the head up and pick passes and right option taking as well. So it's a lot of good play by the Craobh, and a lot of cohesive kind of link up stuff in their forward play.
While we have a break in play, Darren Kelly receiving some treatment. How talented, how gifted was Alan McCrabb as a hurler?
Alan McCrabb was as talented, like superb. He was just a pure hurler, Oisin, pure hurler, had all the skills, vision, could do things other players couldn't do, and see things other players couldn't see,
He was my second favourite forward of that team.
Who was your first?
Oh, Ryan O'Dwyer. Only messing. It was you.
But Alan again, once he got the ball, Oisin, you'd be moving, and you'd know, he'd play the right passes and link up as well. So, a bit of a, Craobh Chiaráin legend also as well. So I'm sure these younger players as well will be delighted to be learning off him and the other lads as well. So, look, it's been a good second half from Craobh Chiaráin.
Well, they look composed. Their shooting has been excellent, and look, that's down to the individual work of the players, but obviously the great coaching they're getting. And as you say, no better man than Alan McCrabb to give that coaching. Whitehall, Colmcille need to start thinking about getting goals. There is space there, but they haven't been able to exploit it. Sean Giles was battling for it there, as was Kieran Murphy. Breaks kindly again for Craobh Chiaráin, but it's a free in. Well, I thought he'd indicated that it was a free in, but it appears to be a free out. That's a free out. Can happen sometimes that they put the arm up the wrong way. £26 points to 14 when you make the conversion. Cian Derwin with Darren Kelly hanging around the square. Bounces kindly for Whitehall. Away it goes from Constantine. Picking it up on the run is Eddie Moran. Spellacy comes out to meet it. Oh, he leaves it behind, and Eugene Farrell pickpockets him. Whitehall battling for the break. Paddy Spellacy wins it. Then he's knocked over and wins a free. Whitehall have really struggled for scores in the second half.
Yeah, Craobh Chiaráin won't mind the game being slowed down here as well, and Eugene Farrell there, very experienced fullback, solid fullback as well, so I don't think he'd be too worried about conceding a free there.
Darren Kelly goes off, Francis Usanga comes in.
Yeah, Darren proved quite a handful there for the Whitehall for Sean Kellett as well, so his physicality adding a lot to the Craobh Chiaráin forwards as well.
Spellacy taps it over. It's a much needed score for Whitehall. They need more of them. Billy Ryan might be able to win his own break. He does. Great skill. He's lost his hurley. Kicks it towards Usanga. Batted away from Usanga. He hasn't given up on it. Running onto it there was Kelly. Kelly plays a bit of hockey with it and eventually gets it into his hand. The slip allows him some space to shoot, and Stephen Kelly delivers a wonderful score.
A great composure by Stephen Kelly, great initial play by Billy Ryan, and obviously a good footballer too.
Oh, Billy Ryan has intercepted it. Should have given it into Usanga. Darcy bats it into the path of Sean Kellett. Usanga, make sure they don't clear it easily. Billy Ryan, I know it's easy to say from up here, but should he have either just tapped it over or delivered it into Usanga? Here's Robbie Mahan.
That looks good.
Is that going all the way over? That's the point of the day from Robbie Mahan.
Yeah, he's been dropping back there the second half. He's picked up a lot of ball, and he's either picking passes or he's well capable of them long range scores as well. Craobh Chiaráin starting to have fun out there now.
Well, Niall O'Connor and Robbie Mahon are marking each other today. They've both scored some great points today. Good turn by Dermot. It seems that their best hurlers know where to go. Like Dermot has switched position a few times. Robbie Mahon has done it.
Yeah, they're rotating.
Yeah, Billy Ryan has dropped back an awful lot.
He's come out wing forward a lot as well. And Stephen Chester as well, just a notable thing on the puck outs as well. Some of his puck outs have been really, really excellent, you know. He's picked out Billy Ryan on a number of occasions here, and you know, setting up attacks as well, pinpoint to hand stuff as well. So they've been looking to move the ball quick, and they have a lot of talented hurlers as well. And they're, as we said earlier, kind of when they're moving and they're, you know, in that cohesive kind of form, they're a good side.
Remember, we'd love to hear from you. @DubGAA official is the Twitter account, and don't forget the hashtag GoAheadDSHA. Well, being down to 14 has not affected Craobh Chiaráin at all. They've been on top in that period. Derwin, by the way, missing that free. Whitehall, Colmcille, you can only lose so many players to injury before it really affects you, and it has really affected them. And they are amazing players as well. They're not ordinary club hurlers that they're missing today. Lee Gannon, Owen O'Donnell, Cormac Costello, Derwin. If there was a player of the match award, he'd certainly be in for it, and that's another piece of evidence to suggest why. And
again, Robbie Mahon just picking the pass, giving it out to the man in space, and a lovely finish. 320 on the board. It's good shooting from Craobh.
Craobh Chiaráin will join Nafina in the next round. We'll sort out who'll be playing who over the course of the afternoon. Jack Murray, the youngest man in the squad. Doesn't work out this time, but he's played well since coming in.
There was a superb touch there by Derwin as well, initially to gather possession there.
That's some scoring from Craobh, 320, and they're not done yet. Don't forget, coming up at 4 o'clock, it's Lucan Sars against St. Vincent's. That group incredibly tight as Spellacy drops it in, but it's intercepted. Lucan go into the second game today, the last game of the group, on 4 points. St. Jude's are second on 2, St. Vincent's third on 2. That's another belter, but those kind of belters have become ordinary from Craobh today. They've hit so many of them.
And you know, in fairness to Keane, he's just a lovely striker of a lovely striker of the ball, you know, well able to score from far out.
It was flicked on, a lovely back heel there by Luke McCarthy at high point of a low day for Whitehall Colmcille. When they got that goal through O'Donnell in the first half, you thought maybe today could be their day, but in fairness, Craobh Chiaráin, including James Finn, who's just taking that shot on there, have been immense.
Great score, yeah. Billy Ryan picking the ball, you know, straight to hand to Finn, who nailed it as well. So.
Constantine delivering it. Spellacy is wrapped up. Chester takes it under pressure and gets the free out. That's a miscue, but it won't matter in the grand scheme of things. So yep, 4 o'clock, we've got a second game for you. It is Lucan Sars against St. Vincent's. It's both simple and complicated for that group. If St. Vincent's win, they go to 4 points, and if St. Jude's slip up against Setanta, then St. Vincent's would go through along with Lucan Sarsfields. It's a bit complicated, so we'll go through it at the end. O'Donnell. Good catch from Chester. It's a free out. And it was all going okay until half time for Whitehall Colmcille. Here he is again, Cian Derwin. Remember, we used to get excited by those scores from Derwin.
Yeah, he looks very.
He just makes it look so nonchalant, doesn't he?
He's at his ease. Yeah, he's at his ease there. The game is opening up, obviously, and the result isn't in doubt as well. So it's he's just at his ease, knocking balls over the bar.
Thorpe gave it inside to Dara Gray. Look, it's really tough on Whitehall, Colmcille. They've battled hard. They've tried their best, not just today, but across the course of the group. But just so many things went against them this season, injury-wise especially. And you have to take the learnings from that as Derwin goes for another one, gets another one. So that's now 5 points, 6 points from play for Derwin.
Yeah, they'll be delighted with the second half, O'Shane, and sets them up lovely now, kind of leading into a quarter final, and Craobh, Chiaráin won't fear anyone going into a quarter final, and they can go in confidently after this second half performance.
And the red card didn't affect Craobh, Chiaráin one bit. Since that red card, they've scored 112. Whitehall have only scored 3 points. They've only scored 4 points in total in the entire second half so far, Whitehall. They'll try and improve that average a little bit here. Here's O'Donnell, who's not stopped working today. Chester shovels it up. Spellacy robs it and gets a goal. And you know what? Whitehall, Colmcille deserved that.
Yeah, they did. They haven't thrown in the towel by any means. But Stephen Chester he'll be disappointed with that after a great display as well. But Spellacy done superbly well to come in and get the rebound.
Billy Ryan looks to respond. It was one of those horrible low balls that keepers hate. Billy Ryan squeezes it over.
Very acute angle there, O'Shane. Great score by Billy Ryan, and we're seeing how talented the hurlers a lot of these Craobh Chiaráin lads are.
2-3 from play for Billy Ryan. He scored 2 frees as well today. Derwin. Thorpe tries to get there. Derwin keeps it going. Usanga comes out to meet it. Good take from Usanga. Has to go on his own and loses it. Dara Gray. That's it. Craobh Chiaráin joined Nafina in the quarter-finals of the go-ahead Dublin Senior Hurling Championship. 325 to 212 the final score. Craobh Chiaráin were excellent today, weren't they?
Yeah, they were, Ocean. In fairness to Whitehall, they put it up to them. They really put it up to them in the first half as well, and Craobh Chiaráin responded in that third quarter and really kicked on and kicked for home, and they didn't ease off. They were knocking great scores, linking up with each other, and some of the point scoring was absolutely top drawer. So yeah, absolutely, they'd be delighted with getting the result here and ready to move on into quarter final. Let's
have a look at some of the highlights.
Yeah, we've seen Cian Deere here driving forward as well. So he went in full forward at some stages in the game and caused mayhem in there as well. Here he is with another goal chance. Great save as well. And again, just the long range scores that Craobh Chiaráin managed to get were some absolutely superb scores, and we spoke about maybe some of the coaching that they were doing and some of the work they're doing and the link up play as well. So this was Darren Kelly, lost it here initially, managed to get possession up again, popped it to Finn and rifled it to the corner as well. So look, they had a kind of they had Darren Kelly in there initially in full forward who caused huge problems as well. Here's Billy Ryan with a lovely kick pass inside. This managed to come across, I think, to Kelly, who showed great composure out in the left wing as well and steadied himself and got a lovely score under the stand. So they managed to introduce players as well, get them game time as well. I think this was Robbie Mahon as well, who dropped back and picked up and mounting the ball, and is a really experienced hurler. Spraying out passes again here to like Cian Deere and Billy Ryan, and we've seen some sublime point scoring in the second half. Yeah, so they'll be delighted.
Billy Ryan really showed how good he is today. Cian Derwin, excellent. Robbie Mahon scored 2 points from play. They were both immense, but he did so much aside from scoring points. Eugene Farrell solid enough at fullback. Stephen Chester good in goal. Darren Kelly maybe isn't the fastest anymore, but still as effective. So many good performers today.
Yeah, look, they have a mix there. They have that experience. Some of the older lads, Chester and Farrell there. Manning the defence as well, and then that right up to Robbie Mahon there, and some great players in Conor Ryan, Billy Ryan, Cian Derwin as well, and obviously the lads there, Aaron Kenny there, and James Finn as well. So the recent additions as well. So look, we know what Craobh are about, and they love. We've seen them warming up in Parnell Park here beforehand, and they looked revved up an hour before the match as well. So they love these big occasions, and they love the knockout stages in Parnell Park. So they they won't be viewing anyone as unbeatable or anything like that. So they're moving along, ticking along, and have a quarter final to really look forward to.
We'll get the full time from the Nafina match very shortly, but they have won that game. It's just a matter of giving you the information as to who actually, or what the actual score was. At 4 o'clock, we've got another big game, the last one of the weekend, live on Dubs TV. It's Lucan against St Vincent's. That group is really complicated. Lucan are on 4 points, they're at the top. St Jude's are second, they're on 2 points. St Vincent's are third, they're on 2 points. And Setanta are bottom on 0 points. Setanta can actually still qualify, although it's a real outside shot. St Vincent's will qualify if they win today, because they'd have a better, they could have a better head-to-head than Lucan. Well, they will, but St Jude's could slip up, and that could complicate things. St Jude's, if they win, they'll go to 4 points. They'll be level on points with Lucan Sarsfields, but of course Lucan beat St Jude, so they'd have a better head-to-head. The next group is very complicated, I have to say. In some ways I'm really looking forward to it. In other ways, if it's close in the two games, I'm not. It could be a head-scratching day, but don't worry, we'll keep it we'll keep you informed as to how things are looking and how various scores and whatnot affect things in that group. That's coming up at 4 o'clock, Lucan against St Vincent's. For now though, we'll wrap it up from the first game. Craobh Chiaráin beating Whitehall Colmcille 325 to 212. That means they're through to the quarter-finals, and they'll know this afternoon, or they'll know by this evening, who they'll be playing in that quarter-finals. Of course, they'll be joined by Nafina in the quarter-final. Just before we go, we'll try and get you that full-time score from the Nafina game. They were leading by a distance when last we heard, and finished like that as well. 118 to 12 points, the final score between Nafina and Ballantyre St John. So Nafina topped the group. They already qualified before today, but they qualify as group winners on 6 points. 118 to 12 points, they overcame Ballantyre St John. So Craobh Chiaráin go through as the second place team. Whitehall, Colmcille third, Ballantyre are fourth. For Whitehall, you just feel so bad for them. They had such rotten, miserable luck with injuries. It's almost as if someone in the club threw a black cat against a mirror. That's how bad their luck was. But look, they'll build back up. They'll be back next year. They're a very talented team. They're a very talented club. They're a very good club. Today is Craobh Chiaráin's. They're over in their own corner. They're not jumping up and down. Earlier on, they might have found it a bit patronising, me saying that whoever wins today is in bonus territory, but they have their eye on getting to the next round after the quarterfinals. They'll fancy whoever they meet in the quarterfinals, and why not after today's display. That's it from the first game, 325 to 212. Craobh Chiaráin win. We're back at 4 o'clock with Lucan Sarsfields against St Vincent's. Remember, you can continue the conversation online, and you can talk to us on Twitter at DubGAAOfficial, and don't forget the hashtag GoAheadDSHA. Early next week, by the way, we'll review all this action on the Dublin GAA podcast. Keep an eye out for that on the Dublin GAA social media channels. And of course, it's a footballing next week, and so we'll be back with all of that. That's it for now. See you just before 4 for St Vincent's against Lucan.